Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dan Greer with Leading for the Middle of the Pack, and today we're coming to you with this awesome hybrid thing for like a vlog slash podcast. And if you're listening to this, I want to encourage you to go to YouTube and check it out. We're going to be uploading these on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're watching it and you really want to just listen to it in the car or something like that, then I want to encourage you to check out the podcast, Leading for the Middle of the Pack. Anyways, today we're going to be talking all about Today we're going to be talking all about digging your well. And I'm not talking about grabbing a shovel and actually digging a well or, hiring somebody to dig your well, because those are two different things that you can do, but things that we're not going to talk about because they're not exactly what we're after. So today we're going to be talking about digging your well with your customers, with your employees, and with anybody who you potentially might want to work with, your Dream 100 and stuff like that. So cue up theme song. We'll be right back in just a second.
The big question is this: how are leaders like us, who aren't necessarily in a management position, who go out and get our hands dirty, who are ready to answer their calling from God to lead, who are driven to learn and grow, gain the trust and respect of those around us, to actually be heard while not coming across as an authoritative prick? These are the questions, and this is the podcast that will give you the answers. Hi, my name is Dan Greer, and welcome to Leading from the Middle of the Pack.
Sweet. So glad that you guys are still here. It's so awesome that you guys are digging into this, and that today we're going to literally dig into digging our well. And so first off, I want to just give credit where credit's due, right? So I learned about this from a book, and I wish that I could remember the name of the book or the author of the book, I should say. The name of the book was Dig Your Well. And then Russell Brunson talks about it. Tony Robbins talks about it. Dean Graziosi. There's a ton of these big, huge, successful people that talk about digging your well. And the thing that I really got out of it was that they talk about you have to dig your well with your customers. Okay. So you can't just go make an ask. You can't just say, hey, I need you to buy this, blah, 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 blah. Right. No, they want you to dig your well with your customers, meaning that you serve them. You serve, and then eventually ask them to buy from you, but you've got to be willing to serve them and give them a lot of free stuff. Now, I'm not talking go give them free product that's costing you a ton of money. What I'm talking about is giving them free information, free knowledge. You've got to serve them. You can't just you can't just go ask somebody for something. So the best way I can explain this is if you go out and think about this in your situation. If I come up to you and you don't know me from anybody else, okay, and I come up and I go, hey, can I have $100? You're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna go, no, I don't think so, bud. Right? I haven't dug my well. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I can provide for you. You don't know what kind of knowledge you're getting. You don't know anything with that, right? But if I go out and I dig my well and I serve you, like what this podcast is doing, right? Like what this vlog is doing, like all of the videos that we produce, if we do that, then what happens? Then we're giving you information, right? And so then when you need something, it's really easy because you find me as a credible source. I've dug my well with you as a customer. I've given you a ton of free information to kind of help you move forward in that next path. Okay, so it's real easy for you to come in and go, oh yeah, no, totally. I'm all about digging your well, right? I'm all about, you can totally make this happen, right? And so that's one thing to kind of keep in mind is you've got to dig your well with your customers. Now, I had a conversation the other day with somebody that I didn't know how it was going to go to begin with. We sat down and we started chatting with them, and we were talking about how to get better employees, how to keep employees, how to hire better people. And they said, man, we just don't have anybody coming in. It's not that we don't treat our people well. It's that we don't have anybody coming in to apply for us. And I was like, okay, well, does the community know how you treat your employees? Have you dug your well with your potential employees? And I think that's something that a lot of people forget whenever they're going through their whole social media, when they're going through their whole marketing, when they're going through everything, is they don't think about how it looks to potential employees. All they do is sell, 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 sell. They don't actually sell themselves and deliver free, valuable content that their employees could use and get their employees to follow them and get their employees to share their stuff. They come in and they just are constantly after the customer. They're digging their well with their customer. They're never digging it with potential employees. And so if you pause for a second and you go back over some of our social media stuff, I want to encourage you to go check out our Facebook, our Instagram, our LinkedIn, Eclipse DOT. For LinkedIn, it's Daniel Greer. But anyways, I want you to go check it out. I want you to see what it's doing, because it is not just digging a well with our customers and potential customers. We're digging well with people who are like, oh yeah, I want to work with these people. Oh, I want to be an affiliate for them. Oh, I want to work for them. Oh my gosh, this is a great company, right? And that's why whenever we put out a job posting right now, we get tons of applicants in for each one. And that's just like part of the reason, right? Because we're digging our well with our potential employees as well. So we know that in order to be successful, we have to have a successful workforce, right? We've all heard that like you're only as strong as the weakest link. Well, yeah, but you can like weld the weakest link up and make it stronger and buffet it and put more stuff on it and you can baby it. And I mean, yes, I'm not gonna argue with that, but the truth is like we are our weakest link right now is in this nation, in this economy, is finding employees. Like if I could have one thing that would make me ultimately wealthier than anybody else in the world, it would be able to snap my fingers and come up with 1 million employees for whatever jobs people wanted and then hire them out to like source that, right? People would pay big money if you could find them great employees. But the problem is right now our workforce is like limited, okay? And that's for a whole nother podcast, it's for a whole nother deal. It's not really limited. It's just that people aren't necessarily wanting to work because they're getting too many handouts. But again, that's for a whole nother podcast. My point of this one is like digging your well, and so you've got to get people excited to come to work for you, and that's where you've got to dig your well there. So far we've talked about like digging your well with your potential customers, which is you do that all in marketing, and you do that by serving them. Okay, you're giving them information, you're giving them freebies, you're giving them stuff, and I'm not talking about like product. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about information. Knowledge is power. People want to be powerful. They want to be knowledgeable. And so when you give them knowledge, when you help them with that just makes your life so much easier because you're serving them. How can I serve my customers? And a lot of people ask me, they come to me and they go, Dan, I don't know how to serve my customer. Well, your customer is usually you where you were 5 to 10 years ago or 2 years ago, right? Think about that. Your customer, if you think back on it, is where you were 5 to 10 years ago. So like to a T, this fits me. Now this may not fit everybody in the world. Like if you, let's say you work for a lumber company and you're an operations manager for them, but you've never actually done construction, or maybe your sales for a car dealership, but well, everybody drives a car, so that's a bad example. Maybe you're up in a parts department and you've never owned a truck. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's not always there, but your customer is you. Like if you think about it, you've always wanted something. So there's been a point, like even if you're let's just take an operations manager for a lumber company. If you're an operations manager for a lumber company and you've never worked in construction before, or it's been a long time since you've worked in construction, you've got to put yourself into their shoes as to what they need. Like, right? Like, so what can you do to serve your customers, your current customers, because your future customers will want what your current customers want too. And so that's how we dig our well for our customers. If you look at what we do tons and tons of free stuff. Like, and they don't cost us a ton of money to make. We're not going out and breaking the bank. We're not buying like a ton of stuff. Now, I'm not saying we don't have some pretty cool stuff coming up. We've got some really awesome stuff coming up that we're ordering right now, but that's beside the point, right? Like you're gonna have to come to some of our live events to see some of that, right? So that's that's kind of the point of that. But like there's some fun stuff that you can do that's ebooks, that's PDFs, that's white pages, that's emails, that's information, that's, hey, here's a free 15-minute call with our team. Hey, here's this. Hey, here's this. Do you see how you can serve them? Do you see how you're serving them? Right? You're giving them what they need. And think about it. If one customer needs it, the rest of them are going to need it most likely as well. All right. So that's how you serve your customers. Now, then the second one was you dig your well with your employees, future employees. Okay. And the way you do that is by social media and showing the community and showing potential employees and potential future employees how you work and what you are. Like I can think of one company in particular. There's this one that for the longest time I wanted to go to work for them. I don't know why. I never worked for them before in my life. They weren't in this huge, like they weren't a giant company. They had some decent benefits, but not like phenomenal benefits. They were an employee owned company, or they were working on being employee owned at the time, or 100% employee owned. There was a lot of things that they had going on for them. Okay. And so I really wanted to go to work for this company. I didn't know much about them though. But like, I would have done anything to go to work for these guys because I applied for jobs that didn't even fit me just to get my name, just to get my resume in there. And I'm sure that that helped and hindered all at the same time. But my point is like, they had dug their well with the community, and everybody in the community wanted to work for them. And it didn't happen overnight. They had to build that reputation. They had to dig that well. Okay. And I literally applied for jobs from like HR to maintenance to shipping to machining. Like, there was a ton of stuff that I applied for with them. And I'm not upset that I never got a job with them or never got the opportunity to work for them. But what I'm saying is, like, they dug their well with employees in a great way because their future employees wanted to work for them. They had people in the community across the nation, across the world applying for these jobs. And they always had a plethora of people to choose from, right? So they dug their well with their employees. Now, with our future employees. Now, the last way we dig our well is with affiliates and people we want to work hand in hand with. So you might be asking, Dan, what's the difference between an affiliate and a customer? Like, I don't even know what an affiliate is. Well, an affiliate is somebody that promotes for you using their resources, okay? Whether that's money, whether it's their network, whether it's ad spend, whether it's all of the above, okay? That's an affiliate. And so the way affiliates work a lot of times is like, you've got to dig your well with your affiliates. And the way you do that is by treating your affiliates right, providing different training and stuff for them so they know how to do it, they know what to do, and then giving people the opportunity to become an affiliate. Because if you make it this elitist group, okay, then hardly anybody's going to want to become an affiliate for you. And guess what? Affiliates are like the best sales force there are ever. Having an affiliate is like, so the best way I can explain like affiliates and what they do for companies is, if you had an army of affiliates, it would be like having an army of motivational speakers following you all the time. You would always be pumped up. You would always be ready to go. You'd always be excited. But all of these affiliates that work with you, they're like literally promoting your company because they're getting something back from it, right? So like, they're getting money back, they're getting product back, they're getting this back, they're getting that back, they're getting training, they're getting all this stuff. And so there's a million ways that you can do affiliate programs as well. But okay, the key here is digging your well with your potential affiliates before you go ask them. Like, let's just say that I want Wagner Equipment to be an affiliate for Docs, okay? Because we have the same customers, all right? Now, if I go out and I just like go up to Bruce Wagner, the owner, and I go, hey, Bruce, how's it going, bud? I really want you guys to be an affiliate for us. Could you do that? He'd be like, who the heck's this guy? Like, how'd you get in my office? Why are you here? Right? Like, he would have all these questions because he doesn't know me, he doesn't know who I am. Yet if I do things to get through that door, like maybe I have a hand-drawn picture made for him, I sent to him. Maybe I find out that he's super into hunting, and so I just buy him a rifle and send to him, right? Maybe I don't even do anything like that. Maybe I just find him a hunt that he's never been on and use some of my resources to be like, hey, boom, here's this hunt. Maybe he's super big into fishing, and I'm like, oh, dude, I know this place in Wyoming. It's super awesome. Here's a weekend for you and your kids, or you and your wife, or you and your family to go up and you can go fly fishing up here. Maybe it's, oh, the dude loves national parks. Hey, here's a 1 week stay at this national park, right? Here's this. Do you see like all of that stuff costs a little bit of money to do when you dig your well with affiliates, but you can do it without that as well, right? Now, the first key to this is in all of these. So we've talked all about like digging your well. I'm going to get into this first key here in a second. So we've talked all about like digging your well and why you need to dig your well and how to dig your well and what it is. Now, the next step is like figuring out who to dig your well for. Does that make sense? So like, if you're trying to figure out who to dig your well for, you're going to have like 3 different lists because a future employee is not the same as an affiliate. And an affiliate's not the same as a potential customer. Sometimes they go together, right? But not usually, right? Affiliates are customers that affiliate for you. That's like the best way to create an affiliate market. And then you incentivize your customers to sell more because then you give them discounts and breaks and money back, and they get their service 100% for free because they've sold for you. But yet you bring in more because of that. So there's like a lot of things to go on with that, right? Do you kind of understand that? Do you see how there's like 3 different lists ish right? Like two different lists for sure. Like your affiliates, not every customer is going to be a great affiliate, and you've got to realize that. And not every affiliate's going to be a great customer, but and neither one of them are really going to be employees. Okay, so you've got to have like Dream 100 lists is what I call it. And this comes from Chat Holmes. Chat Holmes in the Ultimate Sales Machine. He's phenomenally awesome. I mean, the book's back here somewhere. I'd have to go find it and dig it out. But that's a phenomenal book, The Ultimate Sales Machine, because it totally goes through what he did in his career and how he did it and like how he did what he did. And there's some just phenomenal, amazing thinking that goes into that. And it's one of those things where when you create your Dream 100, and it can actually be longer than 100 people, okay? But like you need to just start, who do you want? How do you want it? What do they want? How do you get into them? Who's the owner? How do you contact them? And just start doing research and digging on them, and then start providing value to those people and figuring out how you can provide value to each one of those on your Dream 100, and know that it's not going to be the same. Some of them might be similar, right? But it's not going to be the same. Like if I'm trying to promote to, well, let's say Alex with AR Trucking, and I'm trying to get him to become an affiliate because I know that he's got a lot of buddies who are in the trucking industry, that's going to be a considerably different affiliate relationship than the relationship with Bruce Wagner, who's a multi-billion-dollar company or multi-hundred-million-dollar company at least, right? And has thousands upon thousands of customers that all could use our business. Do you see how those two affiliate deals are different? Like they're going to be structured similarly, but the way I dig my well for each of those is going to be completely different because Alex is a local guy. Bruce Wagner already owns his own plane, so I can't be like, oh yeah, hey, let's go for a flight, or hey, let's do this, or hey, let's go here, right? I can't just create a cookie cutter to go forward in each one of these rows. It doesn't work, right? And employees are the same way. If you're trying to dig your well with employees, if you want to hire a CEO, an executive management team, right, or something like that, you're not going to be able to do that with the same digging your well principles as what you're going to hire somebody to be in operations for, right? And I'm not talking about like a manager. You can use similar things for leadership and similar for other roles, but like the difference between a driver and a leader, the difference between a driver and a CEO is two different ways that we've got to dig our well. And so we've got to strategically plan how we dig our well. And I think that's what a lot of people lose track of is they just get all willy-nilly and they go, oh, we're just going to go do this. They don't actually take time to strategically plan digging their well. So that's like all that it is today. Digging your well is huge. If you get the opportunity to read the book, go look it up, check it out. I've dropped some good names of good books in here. Chet Holmes, Ultimate Sales Machine. That one's like one of my favorites. I bought like 20, 30 copies of it to give to people because it's just so good when it comes to marketing. It's just a winner, man. And you got to take time to read some of this stuff because they're just phenomenal, right? The 3 Russell Brunson books, if you're getting into marketing, is huge. Traffic Secrets, he talks about digging your well, which is the 3rd one. Dig Your Well. It's an actual book, right? And check it out. It's a really good one as well. I've read it a couple times. So today, guys, I hope you like this. Hope that you guys are enjoying kind of the new format. Hopefully it's going well for you. We're trying some new things. I've deemed this as the year of experimentation. So we're experimenting a lot. We're throwing a bunch of different things at the wall. We're seeing what's sticking, what's working, what's not working. And that's part of it. Try, fail, try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. That's what we do. That's how we do it. So anyways, just want to pause for a second and just say thanks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you've learned a lot. Hopefully you're seeing how we're digging our well. And oh, dude, the last thing I got to say on this, and we'll do a whole podcast on this, but it's this comes straight from like Russell Brunson, and he talks about document, don't create. So whenever you're digging your well with these people, document your journey. Don't try to create it. Don't try to create new content. Just document what you're doing every day. All right, sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, it's a 5-star review. If you didn't like it, what the heck are you doing listening to this? Why'd you wait this long? All right, talk to you guys later.